All right, recording is rolling. It is Friday, January 26th. All right, so first thing today is senior panoramic was early in the morning and club photos. We are about 1 o'clock right now. Let's look at the ones coming up. So if you have to go get a photo, then got it. Leave if you have to. So ones coming up this class period is Hawk Buddies, UNICEF, Dental Aid, Mu Alpha Theta. Actually, sorry, Mu Alpha Theta is next class, but pretty much those three, right? Right, and then right, next class period is Mu Alpha Theta, March of Dimes, Teen Mo, Chess Club, Art Club. Right, so if you're in any of those, then either this class or next class, I'd be ready to do club photos. Right, in my honors classes, we're doing. Here, I want to show you guys real fast what we're doing. We're doing like optics and stuff. So I got a Newton's wheel, Benham's wheel we created yesterday. There's some extra templates around, and maybe some of these if you see them. Right? Because if you put all the colors together, what color does it make? White. Ah, it does. Right. Now, if you're talking about pigments, you might get like a dark, muddy black color. But if you're talking about like if all your cell phones lit up, right? Guys, how many colored bulbs does your cell phone have? You zoom down microscopic. 3. Ah, what colors? Red, green, blue. Yeah. And if they're all shining at the same time, it makes what color? White. Yeah. So you see that with Newton's wheel right there. Other side is Benham's wheel. It's just black and white. They give this thing a spin. And the idea that color doesn't really exist except it's manifested in your mind, right? So there are different, there's no such thing as like green electrons, red electrons. There are electron configurations that will absorb and emit different wavelengths, right? Gets those wavelengths and your brain interprets that as color. It's clearly just black and white, but it gives a rotation. Now, some people can see this and some can't. I usually poll my students, but it's usually like 50-50. So 50-50, you may or may not see the colors that emerge, right? So I see some bands that are like dark green, dark gold, dark red, kind of dark purple, right? That aren't really there, or you might not see them at all, right? Because it's just an illusion anyway, right? Just a different wavelength. Right? All right, so if you see some of those around, go ahead, take them if you like. Right, then I don't have an official homework for you guys this weekend. I can tell you what we're doing next week. We're gonna finish AP Classroom and then go to review for kinematic motion. And so I do recommend you do at least one of these things, right? Maybe jot down one of these in your planner, right? I mean, this is a college prep class. When you guys go to college, get even more independence and initiative for what you want to get out of the class, right? So here's some recommendations, right? You could maybe study the thumbnail notes that I gave you way back in the day for what we're going to be going over next week, which is kinematic motion. Okay? Now you guys have the colored version of this. So that has the dark red banners going across the top. Right? There's the 3 kinematic formulas right there. Right? Take a quick glance. What do you see here? Ooh, reaction time. Could you guys solve that from scratch? Drop a ruler. How far does it fall? What's your reaction time? You should be able to solve. Ooh, could you guys solve blast speed from the edge of the cliff? You guys remember doing that lab, right? Depending on spot where does the ball land? Right? Right. So there's a couple examples. You guys remember that? Just spend that next week. Review. Or hey, how about this? You guys remember AP Classroom? There are a bunch of videos they have. They do little demos and experiments and stuff, right? And I've never really quite assigned those to you guys, but there's a bunch of them on there, so that can be easy to read, right? Just click play and lean back and watch and think about that, right? Right. Or how about this? The practice exam is really in 2 halves, and all this week we've really just been focusing on the multiple choice half, right? And this is what we're about to do here, right? But I did open up the free response questions, not really like grading those per grade, but they are there. Might not be a bad idea to at least read the questions and think about them. Like, how would I set that up and solve that? Something like that, or what unit would that fall into? All right, so you guys good so far? All right, so let's switch over and do AP Classroom.